All right, get ready, folks, because we are diving deep into AI product management.
Sounds intense.
Oh, it is. Trust me, I've got a whole mountain of research here, and thankfully, I've got an expert to help us climb it.
That's me. And let me tell you, this is quite the reading list someone sent us.
Yeah, someone's serious about mastering this AI PM stuff.
Absolutely. They've got articles on the latest AI tools and techniques, deep dives into the principles, even some training materials. It's impressive.
Looks like they raided the AI school library or something.
Yeah.
But hey, that's what we're here for. Before we get lost in the sea of info, though, let's hear from you.
Yeah, what are you hoping to get out of this deep dive?
Exactly. What burning questions about AI and product management led you to send us this treasure trove of knowledge?
We're all ears, so hit us with your biggest, help me understand this moments.
Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. First things first. What exactly is AI product management? I mean, we all use AI products every day, but building them, that feels like stepping into Tony Stark's workshop.
Haha. It can definitely seem intimidating. But the core idea, though, it's actually pretty straightforward.
Really? Because every time I try to wrap my head around it, I feel like I need a PhD in data science.
Well, the good news is you don't. See, the material you sent consistently emphasizes that AI product management isn't about building the AI itself. It's about using AI to build better products. You get it.
So it's like, I'm a chef.
You're right.
And AI is my fancy new oven.
Exactly. You don't need to know how to build the oven from scratch to bake an amazing cake. You just need to know how to use it effectively.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It's about leveraging the power of AI, not necessarily becoming an AI guru yourself.
Precisely. Think back a few years, everyone was freaking out about mobile product managers. Mobile was the new frontier.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was like the golden ticket back then.
Right. And now it's just expected that any good product manager can handle mobile. It's just part of the toolkit.
So AI product management is like the mobile PM of today. Soon it'll be a must-have skill, not a specialized niche.
Exactly. And speaking of must-haves, your sources don't shy away from the risks of AI products.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of talk about feasibility, usability, value, and viability.
And rightfully so. Traditional product management skills are still crucial, don't get me wrong, but they aren't enough when you're dealing with AI.
Because the challenges are different.
Different, and honestly, some of them are pretty mind-bending.
Okay, let's unpack those risks one by one, starting with feasibility. Why is it so hard to know if an AI product is even possible?
Well, that's where things get interesting. It all boils down to the difference between, get this, probabilistic and deterministic solutions.
Uh-oh, I'm sensing jargon alert. Can you break that down for us non-data scientists?
Of course. Think about your social media feed. It's driven by AI, right? It's designed to show you content you'll like.
Yeah, sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it's way off.
Exactly. That's because it's probabilistic. It's working with probabilities, not guarantees.
So it's making educated guesses, but there's always a chance it'll miss the mark.
Right. Now imagine an AI controlling your car's brakes. That absolutely has to be deterministic. The output has to be 100% predictable and reliable every single time.
Whoa, okay, that's a pretty stark contrast. So as a product manager, I need to be really careful that AI is the right tool for the job in the first place.
Absolutely. You need to consider the potential consequences of getting it wrong. And that's just one piece of the feasibility puzzle.
What else is there?
Well, we're also talking about things like training data. Do you have enough of it? Is it high quality? Because you know what they say, garbage in, garbage out, right? Applies to AI more than almost anything.
Makes sense. Okay, what about usability? A lot of users are already kind of wary of AI, to be honest.
Oh, totally.
So how do we design products that build trust and transparency, especially when the tech itself can feel like a black box, you know?
That's such an important question, and it's one that comes up a lot in your research.
Like, people are really struggling with this.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. AI is powerful, but it can also be a bit mysterious. We need to design experiences that set realistic expectations. Users need to understand what AI can do and what it can't do. No overpromising, no making it seem like magic.
So no more AI-powered marketing fluff.
Nope. That's where the value risk comes in. Your sources are pretty skeptical of products that are AI in name only.
Right, because slapping an AI-powered label on something doesn't automatically make it valuable. It's got to actually solve a real problem for the user.
Exactly. It's our job as AI PMs to make sure that AI is actually delivering real, tangible value to the user.
Okay, so how can our aspiring AI PMs out there spot the difference between genuine value and just hype? What are the red flags?
Great question. Ask yourself, what problem is this AI solving? And is it solving it better than existing solutions?
Or is it a solution looking for a problem?
Ooh, I like that. Definitely writing that down.
Definitely happens more often than you'd think. Okay, let's move on to the big one. Viability? This one feels like navigating a minefield of potential issues, to be honest.
It kind of is. And it's something that, honestly, every AI product manager needs to be obsessed with. I mean, really obsessed.
What kind of issues are we talking about here?
We're talking Data privacy, responsible use, ensuring the AI is aligned with your company's values. It's the whole shebang.
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility.
It is. But it's also what makes AI product management so fascinating, so impactful.
Right. It's not just about building a product. It's about shaping the way AI interacts with the world.
Exactly. And that's a big responsibility.
Definitely puts things into perspective. Welcome back, Deep Divers. Last time, we laid the foundation for AI product management, explored the unique risks and challenges, and even got a glimpse of some of the awesome AI products out there.
We also talked about those must-have skills you need to really thrive in this crazy, fast-paced AI world, but now it's time to get our hands dirty.
Get our hands dirty.
Metaphorically speaking, of course. Your research is packed with info on specific AI techniques and tools, and honestly, I'm itching to explore them.
Me too. It's fascinating to see how AI is being used across so many different industries and products. Like, it's everywhere.
It really is, and for good reason. AI is a game changer, and that's especially true for a specific type of AI. Generative AI.
Generative AI, that's the one behind ChatGPT and DALL-E, right? The
Yeah.
one's making all the headlines.
Exactly. It's been a total game changer. I mean, it's the tech behind things like ChatGPT, which can whip up different kinds of creative text formats like poems, code, scripts, even musical pieces.
And DALL-E 2, which creates images from text descriptions.
It's mind-blowing, right?
So instead of just analyzing data, generative AI can actually create new data.
Exactly. It's next-level stuff, and it opens up a whole world of possibilities for product managers.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Well, imagine using generative AI to develop personalized marketing copy that speaks directly to each customer.
Oh, wow, that's smart.
Or create realistic product prototypes in a fraction of the time it would take to build them physically.
That would save so much time and money.
You could even use it to generate code for new features, freeing up your developers to tackle the really complex challenges.
Okay, I'm sold. Generative AI is the future. But let's not get too carried away. It's still a relatively new technology, right? And I remember reading in the research that there are some challenges to navigate.
Absolutely. One of the biggest hurdles is ensuring the output is actually, accurate and reliable.
Because it's all about the data it's trained on, right?
Right. Since generative AI is trained on these massive data sets, it can sometimes produce unexpected or even biased results.
Right, like that time someone asked an AI to write a poem about a CEO, and it came up with something totally sexist and outdated.
Exactly. That's why it's so important for AI PMs to be aware of these potential pitfalls. You need to implement safeguards to make sure the AI is being used ethically and responsibly.
So it's not just about the AI itself, it's about the data it's trained on and the intentions behind its use.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So on top of all the usual product management skills, AI PMs also need a healthy dose of ethical awareness and a willingness to ask tough questions about the potential impact of the technology.
But let's not dwell on the negative. The possibilities with generative AI are truly exciting. Like, I can't wait to see what innovative products emerge in the next few years.
Me too. Okay, now let's shift gears to another fascinating AI technique, machine learning. I feel like this one is a bit more familiar. It's all about algorithms that learn from data, right?
Yeah, I've heard of that one. That's the one behind those recommended for you sections on Netflix and Amazon, right?
Exactly. That's a classic example. Basically, machine learning algorithms are designed to spot patterns in data and use those patterns to make predictions or decisions.
So it's like having a superpowered detective working behind the scenes, constantly analyzing data and looking for insights.
That's a great way to put it. For product managers, this means being able to spot opportunities where machine learning can improve existing products or even create entirely new ones.
So like in the case of Netflix, the algorithm analyzes your past viewing behavior to suggest things you might like.
Exactly. But machine learning is being used in so many other ways too. Think fraud detection, where banks and credit card companies use it to identify dodgy transactions, or spam filtering, where email providers use it to keep your inbox clean. Even in healthcare, doctors are using machine learning to create personalized treatment plans for patients.
It's amazing how many applications there are.
Right. And for product managers, the key is being able to work effectively with data scientists to develop and train these machine learning models and be able to evaluate their performance, making adjustments as needed.
That sounds like a lot to juggle, and also incredibly rewarding, especially if you can use machine learning to build products that make a real difference in people's lives.
Absolutely. And speaking of making a difference, let's talk about another area where AI is having a major impact. Natural language processing, NLP for short. You familiar with this one?
NLP, yeah. That's all about teaching computers to understand human language, right?
Right.
Like those chatbots you see popping up everywhere.
Right. It's the tech behind those chatbots that can hold conversations with customers, voice assistants like Siri and Alexa that respond to your commands, and even machine translation tools that break down language barriers.
I use those all the time, especially the translation tools. I can't imagine life without them.
Me neither. And for product managers, NLP unlocks some really exciting possibilities for creating more intuitive and engaging user experiences. For example, imagine designing products that respond to natural language commands, making them accessible to a wider range of users. We could even personalize learning experiences that adapt to each student's individual
Oh,
style.
wow, that's amazing. The possibilities are truly endless.
Right. NLP is still a relatively young field, but the potential is huge. I can't wait to see what new products and services emerge as NLP continues to evolve.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground with these AI techniques, but your research also mentioned some real-world AI tools that product managers are using right now. Let's dive into those.
Yes, let's get practical. Knowing the techniques is great, but having the right tools to implement them is just as important.
Absolutely. So first up, we have a tool called Zeta.io. It's described as an AI-powered product discovery and strategy platform.
What's fascinating about Zeta.io is its focus on helping product managers gather, analyze, and prioritize customer feedback. It uses AI to automate things like tagging and categorizing feedback.
So it's like having an AI assistant who can sift through all that feedback and make sense of it.
Yeah, exactly. And that frees up so much time for product managers. Time they can then spend on more strategic tasks like truly understanding the underlying customer needs and developing solutions that really hit the mark.
Okay, that makes sense. What else do we have?
Speaking of understanding customer needs, we also have Amplitude. It's an AI-powered product analytics platform that helps product managers see how users are actually interacting with their products.
I've heard good things about Amplitude, especially its segmentation capabilities. I feel like it can help you slice and dice your user data to identify specific groups and understand their behavior patterns.
That's right. Amplitude also offers features like behavioral cohort analysis, which can help you identify groups of users who are exhibiting similar behaviors.
And this is useful for?
Well, this information can be super valuable for personalizing onboarding experiences, targeting marketing campaigns, or even developing new features that cater to the specific needs of those groups.
So it's all about using AI to gain a deeper understanding of your users and then use that knowledge to create products that people love and actually want to use.
Precisely. And then we've got another tool called Product Board. It's an AI-powered product management platform that helps you centralize all your product-related information in one place.
So it's like a command center for product managers.
Exactly. It helps you make those data-driven decisions. One thing that stands out to me about Product Board is its focus on customer centricity. It's got features for capturing customer feedback from different sources, prioritizing features based on customer impact, and even creating those nice visual roadmaps.
Roadmaps are super important for getting everyone on the same page, especially when you're dealing with complex AI projects.
Totally. What's really cool about Product Board is how it integrates AI throughout the entire product management lifecycle, from ideation to launch. For example, it uses AI to analyze customer feedback and identify key themes, which can help you decide which features to prioritize.
That's super helpful, especially when you have a ton of feedback coming in.
Right. It also uses AI to generate product requirement documents, or PRDs, saving you a ton of time and effort.
Okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here. AI can really automate a lot of the tedious tasks that product managers have to deal with, freeing them up to focus on the more strategic, big picture stuff.
Exactly. But there's one more thing we need to talk about, and it's probably the most important aspect of AI product management. Communication. I mean, these AI tools are amazing, don't get me wrong,
Okay.
but they can only generate insights. It's up to the product manager to communicate those insights to their teams and stakeholders in a way that actually makes sense.
Right, because not everyone speaks data science.
Yeah,
Being able to explain these complex AI concepts in a way that non-technical people can understand is crucial.
exactly. And it's not just about explaining what the AI is doing, but also why we're using AI, what benefits it brings to the table, and what potential risks we need to be aware of.
So it's about building trust and excitement around AI, both within your team and with external stakeholders.
Absolutely. And that's no easy feat, let me tell you.
Yeah.
But the product managers who can master this art of communication, they're the ones who will truly unlock the power of AI and create products that change the world. You know what I mean?
It's like they're the storytellers of the AI age.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
they're the ones who can connect the dots between this complex technology and the real human needs it can address. It's pretty powerful stuff. We've covered so much ground already, but there's still one more piece of the puzzle. The ethical implications of AI. We can't just ignore that elephant in the room, right?
You're right, and we won't. Next time on The Deep Dive, we'll be tackling those ethical implications head on. We'll explore emerging trends, and we'll even take a peek into the future of AI product management. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. And if you've got any burning questions or topics you'd love us to cover, drop them in the comments below.
We love hearing from you. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're wrapping up our exploration of AI product management, and let me tell you, it's been quite a journey.
It really has. We've covered so much ground. The basics, the potential of AI, the crazy techniques, the cool tools, but now it's time to face the music.
Face the music. What do you mean?
We've got to talk about the ethical side of AI. The stuff that keeps you up at night.
Ah, right. The elephant in the room.
Exactly. You were smart to include all this ethical stuff in your research, by the way.
Yeah, it's not something we can just ignore. AI can be a powerful force for good, but like any powerful tool, it has the potential to go wrong.
It's like Spider-Man's Uncle Ben always said, with great power comes great responsibility.
Okay, so how do we, as AI product managers, wield that power responsibly? Where do we even start?
Well, you highlighted a really big one in your research bias. We've touched on it before, but it's worth really digging into. Like, what does it actually mean for our products?
Right, because it's one thing to say AI can be biased, but it's another to understand how that bias can actually play out in the real world.
Exactly. Imagine an AI-powered hiring tool that's been trained on data that historically favors men, right? Even if the company is genuinely trying to hire more women, that AI might still unintentionally discriminate against them.
Wow, that's a sobering thought. So it's not enough to just have good intentions. We have to be really careful about the data we're feeding these AI systems.
100%. We can't just assume the data is neutral. We have to actively look for and address potential biases.
So how do we do that? Like,
Yeah.
what are the practical steps?
It's tricky, no doubt, but the first step is awareness. We need to be hyper aware of the potential for bias and approach our data with a super critical eye.
So like becoming data detectives.
Yeah. We've got to ask the tough questions. Where did this data come from? Who collected it? Are there any groups that are missing or overrepresented?
We have to understand the data's backstory.
Exactly. And it's not just about the data itself either. We also need to choose our algorithms carefully, knowing that some are more prone to bias than others.
Okay, that makes sense. But even if we do everything right on the data and algorithm front, there's still the whole societal impact of AI to consider.
Right. People are worried about jobs, and I get it. Automation anxiety is a real thing.
Some people think AI is going to lead to mass unemployment. Like, robots are going to take over all the jobs.
I don't think it's that simple. My take. AI will definitely change the job landscape, but it'll also create new jobs. It's always been like that with new tech.
So it's not about fearing AI, it's about adapting to it.
Exactly. We need to prepare people for these changes, invest in education and training so they have the skills they need to thrive in this AI-powered world.
It's about seeing AI as an opportunity, not a threat.
Exactly. Okay, enough serious stuff. What about the future? What's next for AI product management? Hit me with your predictions.
Ooh, the crystal ball, huh? Well, one thing's for sure. AI is here to stay. It's only going to get more integrated into our lives.
So more AI products, more demand for AI product managers.
Definitely. And I think we'll see a shift towards more specialized roles within AI product management too.
Like AI PMs for healthcare, finance, specific AI techniques like NLP or machine learning.
Exactly. It's not just about being an AI PM anymore. It's about being an expert in a particular niche within AI.
Makes sense. What else?
Well, I also think we'll see a growing emphasis on, well, the ethical stuff we were just talking about. Companies will be looking for AI PMs who are not only tech savvy, but also, ethically aware.
AI PMs with a conscience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, AI is a tool, and it's up to us, the humans, to use it wisely.
Couldn't agree more.
This has been such an amazing deep dive. Thank you so much for guiding us through this complex landscape.
My pleasure. Your research was a great starting point, really.
And to all of you listening, thank you for coming along on this journey with us. We hope you found it valuable and that it sparked your curiosity about the world of AI product management.
It's a fascinating field, and it's only getting bigger. Who knows what amazing things we'll see in the next few years.
If you're feeling inspired and want to learn more, don't forget to check out our prompt school materials. We've got tons of resources to help you level up your AI game.
And for even more exclusive content, head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Killister. And hey, if you're enjoying the show and want to help us keep the lights on, you can always buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Jomi McAllister. Every little bit helps.
And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future deep dives. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this episode too, so drop a comment below and let us know what resonated with you.
Yeah, and if there are any other topics you'd like us to tackle in future deep dives, let us know. We're always looking for new adventures. Thanks again for joining us, and until next time, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep asking those big questions.
See you next time.